we have some massive updates for Sonic Racing Crossworlds, everyone. So, Sonic Racing Crossworlds just recently announced that they have a new characters coming out soon, new free characters that are coming out soon. So this is going to be our wave for like the spring. That's what it's kind of labeled as, the spring lineup. So we have, first off, Red from Angry Birds. This one doesn't really surprise me that much, you know, because we talk about how Sega now owns Rovio, which makes Angry Birds, so having Red in here, it's Red from the movies, I should say. Whatever, I'm like, okay. Then we have Goro Majima from Pirate Yakuza. This is the one I think I like the most. I'm like, okay, that's pretty sweet. And then we finally have Arl from Puyo Puyo. Puyo Puyo being in here makes, I mean, I kind of expected that. I'm just like, oh, okay. I don't really have that much excitement for this wave of free characters. I'm gonna be honest with you. Goro is probably the one I would say I'm like, oh, okay. But Red and Arl, I'm like, whatever, you know? I'm like, I don't think they're like garbage. I'm just like, I'm not as excited as the last one, right? Nothing out of these three gets me super excited, right? Like the last one, I had Tango and Whisper, and I was just going like, you know, I was over the moon. I'm like, oh my god, super excited. None of that here. I don't have any of that for this one. So Red arrives in April, which is next month. Goro arrives in April as well, next month, and then Arl will be in May. So we have 2 in April again, next month. All right, and then we have also Mega Man has officially been revealed to be March 25th, and he is now in the game. So all of these free characters are now in the game due to this new update. You just can't play as them yet, but they're now like available for you to see in the game. So there is that. So Mega Man is coming soon. He will be the festival this month. So with that done, those free characters done, we can now move on to the new updates that were also put in this patch, which is patch 1.3.1. So mode updates. World Match can now be played during festivals. This is something you should have done from the get-go. Like, I hated that part where it's like when there's a festival going, you can't do world matches with your friends or anything anymore. That is awful. I'm happy that they finally fixed that. Increase the Dompa ticket rewards in World Match / Legend difficulty by at least double. So that's good. When you play like online, you now have a better chance to get the Dompa tickets. Updated all modes except for Time Trial with Bonus Ring Frenzy and Item Box Frenzy. So we now have a picture of that one actually here with the Item Box and the Ring Frenzy. So pretty much now, when you go into like a frenzy mode, it won't just be, oh, you have a 4-level boost gauge, or they have like the boost panels everywhere. Now they've also added there's going to be rings everywhere and item boxes everywhere. So that's pretty cool. I think that's a pretty cool addition for Frenzy. And then we have they increased the maximum rating of World Match from 99,999 to 999,999. So you can go to a million now. So there you go. Content updates. Added 8 new gadgets that expand how you can use rings. So we have 8 new gadgets. That is that's a pretty cool big thing. So here is the picture of the gadgets, the 8 new ones. So they did this last time when they had a big update, added new gadgets. So I'm glad that they are doing something like this, adding new gadgets, because again, this keeps people coming back when you add stuff like this, especially if it's free. So the first one we have is Summon Item Box. So Summon Item Box, what that does is you can use rings to buy an item box. That's what that means. That means that you can spend your rings to buy an item. I believe it's 40 rings you can spend and you get an item box, which is really cool. I actually like that because it has another use for rings. There's Go-Go Omochao, which it basically just means Omochao stays longer when you use him. We have the the Champion Bounty. So the Champion Bounty, what it does is if you get rings while in 1st through 3rd place. So it just helps your ring gain a lot in 1st and 3rd place. And there's Route Planner Bounty, which when choosing a travel ring, you get 100 rings and you increase the maximum ring limit. That's a pretty big one. So if you're in first place and you choose where you go, you get a big bonus with your rings. That's pretty cool too. So then you have Ring Doubler, which doubles the number of rings gained. Then there is Less is More, which increases your machine's top speed when you hold fewer rings. That one might be pretty good. Ring Engine, which is when holding one or more rings, you have plus 12 to all stats, but you slowly lose rings over time. And then there's Hyper Ring Engine, which is when you hold one or more rings, all your stats are increased based of the number of rings held, and you slowly lose rings over time. So if you have 100 rings and you use this, then your stats go up by 100. Then they slowly kind of decrease from there and there and there and there and there. So I like that. So those gadgets are all right. I think they're pretty alright gadgets. I think the one that's the best one out of this is Summon Item Box. I think that one's really good. That one and the bounties, I think, are the best gadgets we have here. But I'm just happy more gadgets are being added, you know? Added a new Frenzy mode, Bonus Ring Frenzy, which we talked about. Added the album Sega Racing and Variety, which contains 8 classic Sega racing tracks. So here are the new tracks they added, which is Magical Sand Shower from Outrun, Let's Go Away from Sega Rally 2, Like the Wind B Course from Power Drift, Outride a Crisis from Super Hang-On, the main theme from Enduro Rider, and God Only Knows, and then Like the Wind Reborn from Power Drift. So, alright, so they just added, like, you know, songs from other Sega racing games. Okay, fine. Added 5 collaboration decals. So they have new collaboration decals. One is 5 decals for Joe Musashi. There is one for Five Guys. Sonic and Five Guys collab? Dude, I think the new meta for Sonic now should be you eat Five Guys with Sonic. We know we do the chili dog thing, whatever. No, the new meta is when you play Sonic or watch anything Sonic, it's Five Guys. Hell yeah. Then there's one for Menchie's, one for Fogo de Chao, and then one for Pop, like Pop Vinyls. So, okay, cool. The Five Guys one's crazy, dude. I can't believe Five Guys is in my Sonic game. And then 30 decals from other brand collaborations. Okay, cool. Then we have new options. It is now possible to add/change a button that triggers the ability of gadgets. And it is now possible to disable rental plates from automatically equipping during festivals. We have the other additions, so balance adjustments have been made for races and gadgets, and there have been other bug fixes and additions to the live service data. We now have mode and content update details. So, World Match and Legend competition. World Match can now be played during festivals. World Match maximum rating has been increased, and they've increased the rewards. So there you go. So now the rewards, so this is like the tickets pricing. So now when you get a Dodonpa ticket from, like, say, first place in World Match, you used to get 20, it's been upped to 40. And then Legend competition, it was 15, it has now been upped to 70. That is quite a jump. So festivals has their own little thing here, which is adjusted the CPU strength based on difference in player skill. Thank you. We have now added new rules to make the festivals even more fun. I do not know if they have what these rules are listed here, so forgive me if I don't talk about that. We have gadgets, additions, and settings. So new setting is a gadget button. The gadget button activates the effect of the inventory swap gadget or the new item summon gadget during a race. An option has been added to assign this button to keys other than the default. For example, on PS5, the button can be assigned to L1 or L2. That's good. I like that one. I think that's a good new addition. There's a new option called Auto Select Rental Plates, which we talked about earlier. Under Festival Special Rules, when a rental plate matching the rules provided, the equipped gadgets will automatically switch. Turning this option off prevents the gadget plate from switching automatically. And there we go. Now we have some gadget adjustments. So these are now adjustments to actual already in the game gadgets. So for the Collision Boost, Power Machine Kit, and the Power Character Kit, they've increased the duration of the boost. Previously, the Collision Boost gave only a momentary speed boost and often failed to result in moving the racer up in position, so we adjusted it to make it more effective. Good. Crash pads now trigger a ring halving effect when hit by a ring thief. The ultimate charge and handling machine kit reduced the invincibility duration on a level 4 boost from 3 seconds to 1.5. I don't know if I like that. Ultimate charge was designed as a racing focused gadget that lets skilled players block attacks. However, as player skill has improved, it was enabling far more defensive opportunities than intended, making it difficult. I think it was better before. I think this is a change I'm not too crazy about. Acceleration character kit, they removed the mini ring thief from this kit due to its high win rate and the increased customization options made possible by new gadgets. We've reduced the number of effects bundled into this kit. Okay, and then inventory swap, the gadget button UI will now gray out when swap is not available. Good. Item adjustments. Because using the drill item made it too easy to jump to first place in the final lap, its effect duration has been shortened when the player is in 4th or higher. I like that one. 4th or higher, you shorten it. That makes sense. Furthermore, the speed drop that occurs just before the drill effect end now happens earlier. The special item box's low competitive value, so its item lineup and appearance rates have been adjusted. In some cases, Item Box Frenzy made it harder than normal to obtain items, so we adjusted the box placement and behavior to make items easier to get. Thank you. Online adjustments, they fixed an issue where desync caused by network connections could unfairly allow other players to steal item boxes. Yeah, that's a big one. CPU races were too likely to be in the lead early in a race, affecting player-to-player interactions, so we reduced their pace right after the start. This does not apply to rival races like those in Grand Prix. Good. Team match adjustments. In team matches, ally CPUs were sometimes too slow and put players at a disadvantage, so we increased their pace. This does not apply to Grand Prix. Powerful items had a greater impact than intended in team matches, so their drop rates have reduced. King Boom Boo in particular diminished the benefit of running in the lead outside the final lap, so its drop rate was lowered. Can you drop its drop rate for like normal too, please? Super Team Boost made it too easy to return to the front, so its duration when far from first place was shortened to increase the advantage of running in the lead outside the final lap. The duration of Super Team Boost when triggered in upper positions was increased. We have course adjustment. They adjusted the ring and item box placement in Pac-Man Village and Sky Road where there wasn't enough risk-reward balance. These adjustments do not affect the time trial. Then there is a bug fix. So these are the bug fixes. So fixed an issue where certain classic Sonic tracks would disappear from the jukebox after performing specific actions. For the festival, they fixed an issue where animations did not play correctly during the award ceremony when using the AI skins, and they fixed some unintended designs for the Hatsune Miku festival titles. So before the fix and after the fix, it's just there's now yellow on the end. Legend competition, they fixed an issue where the grade up animation displayed before the actual required rank. So this was something that came to my attention from Sam Procrastinates, because he got bamboozled into thinking he got the emerald rank when he didn't. So I'm glad they fixed that. Maybe Sam's video is what made this happen. Time trial, they fixed an issue where retrieving a gold time identical down to the last 3 digits to a rank indirectly resulted in being graded 1 rank lower. Past records will not be updated. So they've made it a bit nicer for you for time trials. I'm going to, a lot of this stuff now is just kind of like, like little adjustments. The big one I want to go over now here is courses. So they fixed various course-specific issues. So for Urban Canyon, drifting and air tricks sometimes became unusable after passing the 3rd transformation gate. That's been fixed. Marcus Street, early split path on the hill caused a dramatic temporary position drop. Coral Town, homing punch and slicer behaved incorrectly near the final corner. Chow Park, players could sometimes be launched off course in the 2nd corner after the jump area. Yes, I had that problem a lot. Aqua Forest, there would be odd behavior if a player took damage when crossing the first dash ring. Also in Aqua Forest, it's got 2. After the 3rd transformation gate, the machine wouldn't transform into water mode. Minecraft has 3 changes. Players would be unable to enter the final portal on the 3rd lap and return to the main course. That's fucking awful. How did you let that slip through? Players would fail to transform into flight mode in the last section of the track on the 3rd lap. Again, how did you let that pass? The BGM failed to play correctly on the 3rd lap if set from the jukebox. Okay, that's a smaller one. Hidden World has players would fail to transform into land mode at the final transformation gate. Dragon Road has Dark Gaia's Phoenix Flame attack when the river splits could hit players even during charge jumps on water. Okay. That's good. So they've made that easier, and Digital Circuit players would fall endlessly out of bounds at the intersection area. So they fixed that too. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that is pretty much it from the patch notes. for Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Overall, I think most of these patches are a good thing. I like the addition of the new gadgets. We have the new characters that were announced. Some bug fixes were done. There's some changes I don't quite enjoy, but overall, pretty good. And you know what? You're making me excited to go back and play the game again. So that's what you need to do. So thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think about these patch notes, and I will see you guys all next time.